Going on, people? It's your boy Marv
and McGee,
and this is Nerdz in the Hood.
In the Hood.
We are the Nerdz in the Hood, people. Back again.
Back again.
What was about to say? Doing what?
Doing what we do best, baby.
Oh, okay.
You know, I always say that. Well, not always, but I think maybe you say that. One of us says
here and there, maybe.
Yeah. Do what we do best, you know? Podcasting from the hood.
There we go. We literally are podcasting from the hood. Every single episode that we have done so far has been from the hood.
Who wants to put us in the studio? Let me know.
Yeah, I think once this all calms down, maybe we can finally get some studio time going to booth. You know what I'm saying?
Like the moon, though.
Yeah. Episode 51, ladies and gentlemen. 51. We have done 51 glorious episodes.
51. Wow.
Yep. We have reached.
Who did 50?
You and H-Ton.
Damn, I didn't even realize it was 50. For some reason, I thought that was 49.
Yeah, you said it on the episode, too. You were like, what episode is this? I don't know. So I
felt like it was 49 the whole time.
No.
Damn, I missed 50. Damn, I was supposed to play in the club.
You probably should. You could do it at...
He gotta play the 50 Cent in the club.
You could actually do that next week. Because next week is our 1 year anniversary special. That's right, folks. We will be reaching 1 year come next Monday, January 17th. That'll be our episode. We're going to shoot it live on Instagram. And if you are a fan of watching us on YouTube, you can watch it later in the week on YouTube. But we're definitely going to have our episode come next week. That is our 1 year anniversary. So if you want to play in the club real quick, I don't know how 50 Cent will feel about that when we play it on YouTube. He might shut us down.
It's not our 50th episode, so it's not relevant to him.
Okay. So then we won't play it.
Yeah, we can't.
That's all right.
We should have did 21 Savage for 21. We just thought about that. We should just start doing that. When the number, if there's a rapper, what are the numbers rappers are?
I don't know anybody past 51, really.
I tell you what, Savage.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who has a higher number than 50.
Word. Wow. Is that...
Well, what was it? Wasn't there a guy named Whack 100?
Hey, yo. Whack 100?
No, Whack 100.
It's Whack 100?
Yeah.
Alright. I thought you said Whack 100. I was like, no. I didn't even want to repeat it.
Oh, Tekashi.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, there you go.
But we don't fuck with that nigga.
Okay, there you go. So, I don't know a lot of others. We'll look it up.
Yo,
I'm sure there is.
Tekashi 6ix9ine was... He just... You know what's crazy? If he wasn't so beastie like the way he was, beastie with the 6ix9ine tats all over him and being like... I think that some of his music would have been alright. But there was something... I mean, there was something about him that I was just like, nah. But he should be banging in the club.
Yeah,
obviously that.
That's the crazy thing. Tekashi stuff be...
I ain't knocking anyone who's making money, but that's just not my shit.
Nah, that shit do be hitting in the club. You be sitting there like, why is it so valid right now?
Yo, why is there so much fucking bloodshed in it? Jesus Christ, like, yo, we get it. Yo, you a blood.
You a blood, that's fine.
Yo, my son Nipsey's a Crip. Now he can put one bandana over his neck. Everyone got it.
Didn't make a bunch of songs saying it like that. They had to say I'm this, Same thing with Snoop. Snoop made a few songs, but he wasn't all...
Yo, he had his goons in the back.
Yeah, goons in the back.
You know what I'm saying? They repped all the blue, but it wasn't on some, like... Bro, Kakashi was bringing the whole Brooklyn out. Whole blood.
Yeah, they brought it back. I remember when I was younger, I remember when the Exhibit was, like, hot. It was the hottest thing out. And Exhibit, he made a video. It was called Get Your Walk On. And in the video, it was the pyramid. And one half of the pyramid was red, and the other half of the pyramid was blue. And he was trying to, like, I guess, bring them together to say, like, stop the gang violence and stuff.
They always try to do that. There's always someone gonna try to do that. But I feel like in no logical world will that ever really happen. Something dramatic would have to really happen, but it's not gonna happen in our time. And the reason why I say that is because those niggas make so much money of being in gangs and being like their own little, like, we sell drugs here and our rap, not even just drugs though, like the amount of money that gangs probably push through rapping is retarded. Like, these are facts. Like, gangs really do that shit. They really invest in their rappers and stuff like that, and through all of that stuff and their name, they, you know, how do you say it? Like, get publicity for their gang, you know, get more rep out there, get more not acknowledgeable, more, you know, don't fuck with our side type shit, which I get. And at the same time, they are moving mad bread. They're moving mad bread.
That's true. somebody got to represent for the gang, you know. They be like, you know, in our gang, you know what I thought about one day too, like one thing that like fraternities after getting into
fraternities is the biggest gang.
After I got into a fraternity, one thing I noticed is that they always let you know who are some notable names that are actually in a fraternity. You know what I'm saying?
Because they gotta let you know who's the OGs of the gang.
Well, in a sense, yeah. They just want to know, like, you could be the next one of those people because we have this person and this person. You know, in Greek life, they have, like, different celebrities that have made it in fraternities and sororities.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel like, wouldn't it be crazy if, like, you go and try to get into a gang and then they're talking to you and they're like, yo, so you trying to be a Crip, huh? And then, like, they're telling you about Crips. Like, yo, we started in this year, in this state, and then he's just like, yo, here's some notable names. And they show, like, Snoop and Nipsey and shit. You just sit there like, yo, yeah, he's a Crip, man, that's crazy. Yo,
I mean, it do be kind of like that, though, because they probably be like, yeah, you know, you heard about that nigga OG Lope.
Yep.
But, like, yeah.
For 2 cops.
Yeah, that's our nigga.
Yeah.
We good on this side. Oh. Alright, bro.
My fault. You got it.
You right. Nah, but fraternities are an interesting place too. I'm not gonna get into that, but I really feel like those are just organized gangs. But you do get benefits from them. It's just like the Freemasons. Freemasons, I think, are an organized gang too. But that it comes down to like a fucking they say that, you know, numbers, powers in numbers type thing. So, you know, obviously, not everyone is those things. People are not that shady. Like, you have less of it. Those are real businessmen. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, or whatever the case may be, and they're there to help you as a new member grow, and you get great networking opportunities through those things, which is true. You do. You gotta meet lawyers and all types of random fucking people that are gonna help you, and you're gonna get that little bonus check. Because you're like, oh yeah, you in my fraternity? Yeah. Come talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it could be perceived as like that, but then when you get in there, you're like, oh yeah, it's not that crazy. But
now they want your dues, right? They like, yo, pay you $200.
I mean, yeah, stuff like that. But you know, it's part of being in a organization like that. Part of being in a club like that, where you're
I always just said they were a gang because when you go to a gang, especially if you're from New York and the Bronx, like wherever in New York anyway. What's the number one thing you hear about when you want to start a gang, right? Or when you want to get in a gang? What do they tell you? You got to get jumped in. What do fraternities do?
They don't jump you in.
They haze you in.
It's illegal.
I know, but they don't jump you in, but they haze you in.
No.
Bro.
I wasn't hazed.
Well, because you did it recently. Go ask your man John what he went through to get into his fraternity. Bro, they don't really beat you up, right? But this is how they used to get my man. They will tell him that you will get phone calls at any time. And when you get that phone call, you have to get up, stop whatever you're doing, get up and do whatever they tell you to do. So we will be chilling. They'll call him 4:30 in the morning. You'll see my man get a phone call. He's not allowed to say. That's the biggest thing. You're not allowed to say what you're doing because they're not supposed to know that you're trying to join your fraternity, right? So he'll get a phone call. Someone just get up and leave, bro. Then he'll go. Then you'll be looking out the window later. You just see your man's running around outside in sweatpants and shit. Bro, at like 5 in the morning. On some ROTC military shit.
Yeah.
Right? One time he came, he didn't want to eat. Like, he didn't want to eat. I'm like, yo, what happened to you, bro? He's like, bro, I'm good, man. He's like, bro, I don't want to talk about it, man. I'm full. I'm good. I'm like, nah, what happened, bro? So it's wrong. So nothing wrong with you. You know what happened? He told me that they made him eat bad. You know those not Rice Krispie treats, the oatmeal joints, like I forgot what they're called. They're crispy. They're not a Rice Krispie treat though. They're the healthy ones. They kind of like Rice Krispie treats. the oatmeal rice cakes. I think it's something like that. The oatmeal rice cakes. They said that they like as like some kind of weird challenge. They made him eat mad at them shits. Like I was like, "What's mad?" She said, "I don't even want to talk about it." I was like, "Yeah." He was just sitting in a room just eating mad rice cakes. I was like, "Nah, bro, that's fucked up." I was like, "What flavor were they?"
Like, what's going on?
I was like, "Were they at least mixed flavors like cinnamon, the apple joint?"
Nah, they probably just all plain.
They was probably all plain, bro. Light salted.
Yeah.
Just still like.
If I don't want to eat, it's because they made me eat something I didn't want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because your appetite is immediately dead.
I felt bad for him, bro. I felt bad for him. They went through a lot, and I remember just watching him. It was like 3 of my other friends. They all decided to join the same fraternity at the same fucking time. So it was mad funny for me, because I'll be there just chilling. These niggas would all get a phone call and be like, "I gotta go." I'm like, wow.
That's how it was. That's what I'm saying. It was different. It's a different test that they teach you, but.
Oh yeah, they do all types of different weird shit.
Stuff.
All types of weird dumb shit, man.
But you know,
I think there was one time one of them had to carry 2 gallons of water everywhere they went in their hands. Everywhere they went. So my son was just walking around campus getting brolic.
Yeah, brolic. That's how I said they make you do different tests of endurance, and then you come back like, yo, am I stronger than I was when I walked in this shit?
Yo.
So, yeah, shout out to everybody who's ever got into or who has gotten into a fraternity or sorority at any point in their life, whether it be alumni chapter or undergrad. You know,
they do their you do your thing, man. I'm not saying it was easy. It's not easy. So if you did it, then you accomplished something. Because I know they make you do a lot of not just hazing stuff in general, but they just make you do stuff. They just make you. It could be anywhere from like community service or just random bullshit, and you know you're doing better, but when someone makes you do it unplanned, it's a little different.
It is. You do be, and New Yorkers is funnier because they'll sit there and be like, "Nah, what? Nah, this nigga wild. This nigga wild, bro."
You look at your phone at the time.
Yep.
You think about everything you was just doing. Like, bro, I was dead about to beat up with Shorty, or I was 2 minutes from laying down to go to bed.
Yep. Call it in the night.
And you want me to do what? Meet you where? Like, man, why did I sign up for this shit, bro?
I know there was probably one person at one point that was like, I'm about to play some 2K. Nah, return their phone over like, fuck that, I'm not going no more.
Nah, if you probably try to ignore them, they probably pulled up to your room. Like,
either that or they just assume you quit.
Yeah, because if you don't answer, right, they take that as you just
more or less that you just quit. You avoided them. It depends on how they feel.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, that like I said, shout out to everybody who's ever done that. You know, it's kind of cool. And speaking of what's going on in the city, like we probably noticed last week, I was not in the episode. It was my first time to be out. And had his. H-Son has his. H-Son has his right now. He's not here again.
H-Son never here now. I'm joking.
Due to work conflicts, so you know it's all good on that end. But we'll see. He'll definitely be in the building next week. We can safely assume. I was not in the episode last week because I unfortunately had the vid, y'all. I had that VID. I had that COVID, and I tested positive. And Omarion got me. He hit me with that dance move, and I got caught.
You got rain dance on.
I got rain dance. I got served.
Oh, yeah. That's Chris Brown though.
No, that's Omarion. Chris Brown was Stomp the Yard.
I got served as Omarion. Stomp the Yard. I know Stomp the Yard is Chris Brown.
I got served as Omarion. Yeah, you got served as Omarion. Stomp the Yard is Chris Brown, even though he wasn't in the whole movie. Chris Brown was in like, I want to say maybe the first 15 or so minutes.
I thought You Got Served had multiple movies.
I ain't know about a sequel.
Oh, nah, you right. It is this homie.
Yeah, Omarion's You Got Served, bro.
Yo.
Come on, man.
Man.
That's a black classic right there. We laugh at it because I didn't really think it was a good movie. But it's a classic, man.
Oh, yeah,
everybody saw
they
it.
did have a second one, 2011.
Ugh.
You Got Served. Beat the World.
I don't think that had anything to do with the first one. I'm not going to hold you.
I just want to let you know that you said it's a black classic, right?
Yeah, the first one.
But IMDb So that shit is only worth 3.9 out of 10.
I said it was a classic. I didn't say it was a 10 out of 10. I didn't say that.
I knew that shit was trash.
Yeah, I said that. I said I didn't think it was very good, but it was not. Amongst the black community in the hood, people do remember that film, whether they saw it or not. They remember that it existed, and that's what it was.
Yeah, I do remember it existed.
It existed, bro.
I feel like they had one good move. Damn, Rotten Tomato gave it 14%.
Yeah, because it wasn't good, bro. That movie was not good. I remember.
Audience scored it 69. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they just like seeing the dance moves.
Exactly. There's probably a bunch of teenage girls at the time who saw Omarion and Marcus Houston and B2K.
Nah, see, but Rotten Tomato be wilding because they gave The Ringer 40% out of 100. You bugging.
The Ringer got critically panned too, even though.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
We like that movie.
It doesn't get any better than that moment. He's like, yeah, we went to get ice cream. When the fuck did we get ice cream?
We like that movie. But I'm gonna be real. There's no movie critic in the world that was gonna sit there and give a 10 or even a 7 out of 10 to a movie.
Not a 10, but more than 40.
Just something, a good review. There's no movie critic that's going to give a good review when the movie plot is a man who cheats in the Special Olympics.
I love it, yeah. Right.
And he's not mentally handicapped or nothing.
But he made, guess what? He made all those people who were special a check.
Yeah, and then remember they were a music group, bro. Me and John found that out.
No way.
Yeah, they made this one song, and we found out it was the same guys from The Ringer. And fun fact, Kid Cudi sampled that song.
No way.
Yeah. He maybe not sampled the song, but he took like the hook.
For what song? Do you know?
It was I don't remember the name, but the hook was I see pretty girls everywhere I go.
Oh, everywhere I go. Yeah.
The words.
I think that's Man on the Moon 1 or
the third one. The
Man on the Moon 3?
Yeah, the third one. I forgot the name of that one. Was it the third one or it was the third one.
Man on the Moon 3 or the third album he dropped?
The third album he dropped. I apologize. The third album he dropped.
Which is like Insanity.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And he took the hook because that was their hook. They made a song and me and John found it out. And in the song, the guys are like, I see pretty girls everywhere I go. Everywhere. But they sang it differently. And then he slows it down and sings it. But yeah, man, Johnny Knoxville out here blessing careers. So you can look that up while I'm telling the folks at home. But yeah, man, long story.
Yeah, it was girls
in the cut.
In the cut.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it was. In the cut.
Yeah, I believe it was.
You just taught me something. This whole time I never realized that's what the fuck it was saying. In the cut. In the cut, which is supposed to be like Kid Cudi.
Ah, play on words. Indica.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Cause it's cut. You see, it says cut.
Right.
And then
the cut.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much Kid without the K.
Exactly. And then that nice strand of weed we know about. But
I know exactly what it goes with this song. I know as soon as you said Kid Cudi, the words I was.
Yeah, after we finish this, I'll let you hear the original version. But I had the COVID, and thankfully I beat the COVID. I tested negative, which is why my good friend Aunt McGee is able to sit next to me and do this episode with me. So
CDC wilding out here with these new rules, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that is also true because my job was like, yo, you're supposed to come back to work, and I'm like, but I got COVID. Bro, they were like, fam, 5 days.
One of my mans got COVID right now, right? They told him, don't worry, you got the Omarion variant, right? Which means that you could come back to work within 5 days. That same thing you just said.
Yep.
He is at work right now after he tested positive recently, like a day ago.
Yep.
He still with his job still was like, yeah, you could come in.
Bring your
just wear a mask.
Yep, bring yourself back to work.
Yo, the world has changed for 2022.
The world has gone crazy.
Niggas say COVID is real bad, yo. Everyone gotta stay away 6 feet. 14-day isolation. Don't go nowhere.
Yep.
New one, 5-day isolation and you come back to where it's all good, bro. Don't worry about it. You straight now. You straight. And it's evolved to the point where it's like easy.
Mm-hmm. No, it has. And that's the thing. Just be mindful, people. Just wear your mask. Try to social distance as much as you can. Wash your hands when you get in the house or anywhere near a sink that you can wash your hands at. If you got sanitizer, bring that and sanitize
all the time.
As much as you can. Stay safe.
Just start carrying Lysol in your bag and spray the doorknobs when you leave.
Walk out of the place just like, yo, what you doing, Finn?
Somebody's gonna be like, what you spraying, bro?
What you spraying, bro? Relax.
Like, nah, it's just Lysol. Nah, we don't do that.
Yeah, you guys.
Old Lysol. Get out of here.
It really is crazy because I didn't even expect to catch it again, and when I caught it again, I was like, damn. But thankfully, I'm vaccinated.
I feel bad for you because you don't even go outside.
I just go to work and I come home, you know what I mean? So I caught it at work and
I be out here going to whole parties.
And you be alright. Yeah. As I said, thank God we vaccinated, man, because I just felt like I had a regular cold, you know, no crazy symptoms.
I be
just
out
coughing,
here
sneezing.
Supporting DJs, showing up to their events and shit. Shout out to B-Riz. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to B-Riz. That's our guy. That's our guy.
I be over there chilling with him. He chilling outside. And then I hear somebody get COVID. I'm like, damn, you got COVID? That's crazy. I haven't worn a mask in.
It's definitely got to a point where it is not easy. Everybody I know is catching it. I'm sure it's the same on your end.
Yeah, all my friends have COVID right now.
Yeah. It really, like, New York is...
It was way... I think this time was way worse than last year. When we got it, it was like me and you had COVID, and you know, other than us, I hadn't really heard many people. Like Jeremy didn't get it, Jorge didn't get it. None of my boys really got it. The only people I knew out of my friends who had COVID was the friend who gave me COVID, and then the one friend that I gave COVID at the next day. Dead ass, straight up. I chilled with one kid, didn't know I was sick. Chilled with another kid like 2-3 days later, and he ended up being sick a little while after me. So we all assumed that it had to be in that little gap window. But, yeah, bro. This year, forget it. All my friends had COVID. All my fucking friends had COVID.
All my friends got vid.
That was crazy. I was just there like, holy shit, this shit is not playing this time.
Yeah.
They just sprayed something in the air. You missed it. Me and Jorge talked about this a little bit. I told him, I was like, this year was really a true sign of the government let something go.
Air it out.
They went into December and said, yo, bring the helicopters, drop the mist. They
dropped that bomb. That's, you know, that bomb you use to like kill like insects and stuff. You just let it off and walk away. That's what they did. In the middle of the night, they was like, nobody here? Alright. Bah, we out.
Somebody was going to all the BP gas stations and
playing them shits. Like, everybody get gas here, it's good.
Yeah.
It's one of the cheapest gas in the city. That's it. Bang bang. Catching them.
Nah, word. It is crazy, man. I feel bad. You know, a bunch of students at my school caught COVID, like in this one apartment, and it was backwards. Because one of the kids and me were talking the day before, and he gave me some food or whatever, and then his boy came like literally the next day, came down and was like, yo, did you know so-and-so had COVID? They moved into the hotel. I'm like, who had COVID? He's like, bro, him. I'm like, bro, I was just having a whole conversation with him.
Just saw that guy. You sure?
I was standing like right next to him talking about some food. He's like, word? Yeah.
That's crazy. That's what you can say. Like, that's crazy. I gotta go get tested now.
Yo, I was getting tested on the regular, bro. That shit was getting a little annoying, honestly. I told one of my bands, I was like, yo, you know, I want to go see Spider-Man, but I was around someone that got COVID 2 days ago, so it's not going to come up positive yet. It's going to still say negative, but I don't know if you want to risk it. I was like, I feel fine. My boy literally responds with, everybody got COVID right now, nigga. We out to this movie. I was like, facts. I said, we out here. I didn't have COVID, though, because I tested like 3 days. On the 4th day, I took a test, and I was fine. And I knew I was fine, because I wasn't feeling sick at all. So I wasn't really stressing it. It was just, you know, just a precaution, the extra precaution. But I was ready for him to say no, and I still was going to go to movies by myself. I just wanted to let him know. Yeah, because we were both in the same car. So I was just like, yo, you know, if you want me to pick you up, just don't get mad at me if you do get COVID a couple days later. Because I'm not sure, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm good. I was confident enough that I was straight. Because I waited it out. I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm going to see this Spider-Man, which was fire.
And you know that's what's so crazy? I saw Spider-Man in the theater just like I told y'all people that I would, I saw Spider-Man in the theater, big ass theater, the IMAX in Lincoln Center, and I didn't get COVID. That's why I was so bugged out. Like, to be fair, most people in the theater had their mask on, outside of the people that chose to eat the popcorn, drink snacks, whatever.
Yeah.
But I had my mask on for the entire movie, fam. Like, from scene up to scene end, I had my mask on. And I did not catch COVID at all. I went to Survivor Series for WWE at the Barclays Center. Had my mask off, actually, because I was like, we good. Had my mask off, screaming, yelling, having a good time, drinking, eating.
It happened at your job.
Still didn't have COVID. I go to work at another location, not even at my current location.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was at another location and caught the COVID.
Yeah, that's what it was, bro. When you was walking to your car, that lady with the cart that passed you, she sprayed it in the air.
So have a good night. Merry Christmas. Huh? Nothing. Just get in your car.
Merry Christmas, yeah, thank you. And you just inhaled it. I was that government spy, bro.
Government spy. There was a movie like that. Not where people were spraying, but people were dying mysteriously because of the air. Oh, The Happening. It was an M. Night Shyamalan movie, which was not good. But it was about plants killing people just by them releasing like
The Happening
toxins into the air that hypnotized their brain, which was weird but crazy.
I always mix up The Happening with a good movie, The Mist.
Oh, okay. I can see.
Yeah.
I can see.
But I know what The Happening is. But The Mist is that every time someone, for some reason, when like that ever happened to you when someone's like, oh, you ever watch this movie? And every time you hear the name of that movie, it automatically triggers you to think of another movie. Be like, oh yeah, that's kind of like The Mist. But not really, because The Mist had to do with fucking monsters and that shit.
Yeah, The Happening was just plants. Like,
yeah, The Happening was just plants. They were just people were just dying.
The plants was controlling them to kill themselves, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie sucks. But
This movie sucks.
This movie sucks. But like we were saying, folks, just keep yourself safe, like Ann said, because it ain't getting any better. And
it'll be good past once March hit. All of a sudden, COVID's gonna disappear again. So just you just gotta make it through February.
It was during the busiest time to be outside.
No, it's not that, bro. I'm telling you, it's just they be pumping it or something.
Well, but to get what I'm saying, it's going off your theory. If they were pumping it, what better time to pump it? When everybody's going outside to shop and buy stuff. Yeah.
They're trying to tell people to start staying the fucking inside. We're not getting it. Like, yo, we need to slow down the world completely. Like, start staying inside.
Without doing another lockdown.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Even then, last time they did a lockdown, niggas were still going to the club.
I mean, they had afties. They had afties. I went to one of those afties. I went to an afties during strong COVID. And I remember standing there thinking, like, what am I fucking doing? I had one of the parties so bad because I had no parties for so long that when I got in there and everyone everyone had their masks off and there was people chilling there. It was fun. It was vibing in there. But I was looking at all the people in there. I'm like, nah, bro, this is risky.
Risky.
That's
how it feels. You walk in, you're like, damn, should I even be here right now?
But you still stay.
Yeah, it was fun. It's because you got to remember, there was a time before COVID where a lot of people in the club meant it was popping. Remember, you could walk in and be like, yo, it's like, gotta be like 100-some people in here. Yo, it's crazy.
Facts.
Now it's like, yo, there's like 20 people in there. Whoa, fam. Yo, 20? They all got their mask off? Nah, I don't know.
Yo, I don't know. So last week when I was talking with Jorge, I told him that I had went to a club. And the table I went to chill with, we were the only people there. Other than the people who worked there. We were the only people there, which was surprising because I was just like, wow, this club was actually like a little popping. But it wasn't like a club. It was like, over here, we have mad bar lounges. Like it's a bar, but it's a popping bar. It's not just your average bar. That shit is like damn near a club. Like
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
no, that's true.
And we were the only ones there, and we bought 2 bottles. They wanted us to leave. We bought 2 bottles. We bought 1 bottle, finished it, and then bought another bottle. And I was just like, holy shit. I was like, damn, they are tight.
Yeah, they're standing like.
Yo, get these niggas out of here.
They probably came over with a cup like, you want me to finish that, bro?
Yeah,
You help you with that. You want to take a shot? Take another one. You look up, you see the whole staff taking your bottle like this.
Facts.
Alright, it's empty, yo. Get the fuck.
Facts, bro. Be like, yo, you know what? Today we're doing to go. New York's actually
with the bottle. Just take the bottle and leave.
Just got. You paid 300 for it.
Just putting the aluminum foil on the top.
Yeah.
Like, get out.
Yeah, New York. I saw a post. New York is thinking about bringing that back, which I think should never go away. But I get why, because it was too many drunk people really walking around. But it was great.
Oh, it's not a thought, brother. They did it.
They already brought it back.
Yeah.
To go drinks is back.
The governor
Let's
actually
go.
made it a thing.
You know how great that was, bro. You could drink on the sidewalk. You could drink on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and that was different because now you're doing to go with no lockdown.
Bro, exactly. Now Manhattan is like Las Vegas.
Yeah, no lockdown. That's the crazy part.
Bro, you going to the club or the bar and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna take this beer outside with me and I'm out.
You can't tell me anything. I ordered this to
Bro,
go.
we was making drinks and you get your bottle of Henny, especially in the summertime. You know, everybody chills on the block and do your thing. Number one thing is that you're not supposed to have open containers on the sidewalk. So if you making your drinks and stuff, you trying to hide the bottle. Once that shit was to go, I seen people with this shit on the like, wow, it was right there. You just making your Bev. Shorty walking down the block with the ice cup. You know that shit is straight Hennessy and cranberry. You just there chilling like, this is great. I got it to
Got to go.
Got it to go, bro.
Go drink, baby. We in here.
Yo, Dallas BBQs, man. Shout outs to them. Those Henny Coladas be busting to go. It just hit different when you outside with it.
Because now you're like, I could go anywhere I want and drink this, as opposed to like, I have to stay here and finish this drink.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're like, I got the Henny Colada and I'm about to go to another party.
Facts. Facts.
Your pregame is set.
Thinking like, just put that shit in the cup holder.
Boom. Exactly. Imagine like,
don't drink a job.
Of course, yeah. But imagine like you're with a chick and the chick's like, yo, you don't got nothing else to drink? And you're like, Henny Colada, baby, drink up.
Bro, I'm telling you, to go alcohol was the shit. Was the shit. I was like, why don't they let us do this? But I understand why they don't, because there was people outside that was taking it to the next level, and it was just getting a little bit too turned down. You know, it's just crazy. It is what it is. There's always
city, man.
There's always exactly in the city. There's always gonna be someone that's getting too turned.
Yeah, that's a fact. Somebody you're gonna look and be like, here you go.
Here we go.
Here we go. They trying to fight. They trying to yell. They stumbling all over the place. Throwing up in the bathroom, missing the toilet. There's all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Word facts.
Trying to just yak in the urinal because it's the closest thing they see.
Horrible.
Get it together, people. If you over 25, you should never be doing those things again. Damn. You can get drunk. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, like, you know, the
we just shit on a lot of our friends.
Well, truth hurts, man. I've made those mistakes. I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm just saying, like.
Nah, honestly, if you're drinking that heavy, you shouldn't be throwing up. If you're throwing up, then you're drinking too heavy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens though.
Yeah. There's a night where everybody, like for me, I wait till my birthday and I choose to get destroyed and let somebody drive me home. But on a regular day,
that's such the craziest theory though, because then if you don't drink that much, I get it. But then if you get trashed one day out of nowhere, you have the worst hangover.
Yeah, that's why I always take the next day off.
No, you need 2 days off, nigga.
No, not me. I just chill in for the whole day, drink mad water, rest.
Nigga said, old man Marv is ready in 1 day.
Yep, and I have a headache, take some aspirin.
Old man Marv.
Good. I'm
Mr.
good.
Sir.
But I must say, the only bright spot about being on the quarantine is that you do get a lot of, whatever things you wanted to do. I got to edit all our episodes. All our episodes are now on YouTube. All our podcast episodes are now up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and Ant's favorite cast, Overcast. They're all up there.
Or in case you need to check the weather.
In case you need to check the weather and get a nice podcast in at the same time. They're all there, which is a good thing. I got our TikTok updated. All our great reels and all our favorite videos on there and clips. And I got to binge a lot of different shows on New Year's because I tested positive. Crazy enough, I tested positive on New Year's Eve. So whatever plans I had that day was already shot. It was shot. My boy, I was going to go to his crib, just drink and have a good time. Canceled. Because at the same time that I tested positive, his little brother tested positive. So it was a lot of different things that was going on. And what did I do the whole day? I binged the latest season of Cobra Kai on Netflix. And it was really good.
I haven't watched any of that yet.
5 hours I had to suspend because I was like, I tested positive, it's nothing for me to do. So 5 hours I just stayed in the house. You should definitely catch up on it, sir. It's a really good show.
I haven't watched even the first episode. Like, ever.
Wow.
I never was crazy about it. After I heard that they said they made Danielson look like a bad guy, I was like, I don't need to see this.
Well, the first season, it seemed that way, but then as time progresses, everything changes. Everybody changes. It's really crazy because one season, one person you'll hate, and then the next season you'll love them again or her again. So it is a lot of, they do a lot of back and forths in terms of like the good guy, bad guy dynamic, which is pretty interesting. And this season, they definitely did that. Anybody you hated, by the end of that season, you were like, I kind of like this person. Kind of like this person now. I fucks with him. So it is a good show. But did you ever watch the movies that inspired this show?
Karate Kid?
Yeah, because there was a trilogy and then a fourth movie that had nothing to do with Danny, but...
Yeah.
Okay. I was just asking,
Kid, come on, man. That wasn't shit to watch back then.
What?
Of course you watched that.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of movies I didn't see in the 80s and the 90s.
Like name one that you think off the top of your head. Let's see if I see
one that I actually sat in...
Back to the Futures?
No.
I was gonna slap you if you would have said.
I was saying it and you just threw out a random movie franchise.
It's because I wanted to go with the strongest one off the top of my head. So I was like, wait, if this nigga said he never see any of the Back to the Futures, I was about to go crazy.
You stupid.
When did you see the Back to the Futures though? When you was a kid or when you grew up?
When I was a kid.
Oh, alright.
When I was a kid. The third one, I'll admit, I didn't see until I got older because for some reason I could never catch it when it was on like. Back in the day, for us folks, for you younger folks that are watching, we didn't have streaming services, so you had to wait till it hit channel 11 or channel 9 or channel 5 on a Saturday afternoon.
I mean, unless you had cable.
Yeah, but even then, it was random. It was all random.
It wasn't really random. It was random to us because we weren't smart enough to realize that there was a cable book next to every cable box.
That's a cable book.
What
do you mean, like a TV guide?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The TV guide came to everyone's house, part of the cable thing, and us. I say the same thing. I'll be like, I never knew what shit was on, but in actuality, I did know what shit was on. I just never read that book. I never really paid attention to the book, and I look back now and I'll be like, damn, you know how many episodes of things I probably could have caught if I would have just read the book.
Yeah, there's certain times I looked at it, but I didn't really I wasn't really studying it.
How did your parents know when the X-Files was on? Like, the niggas read the book?
Yeah, because back in the day, they would change days mad times. You'd be like, yeah, Thursday, that's when it comes on. And you come in there and be like, nah, it's on Tuesdays now.
Yeah, Star Trek just took that spot.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? You say they're watching some random show, like, nah.
Why is Star Trek everywhere?
Yeah, Fridays at 9, not anymore. You talking Sundays at 8. Like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah.
How many Star Trek Voyagers are there?
That is very, very true, bro. No, the movies. So, even though I was a big fan of Eddie Murphy when I was younger, I didn't see all of his hits.
Eddie Murphy? Oh, like the stand-ups?
Not the stand-ups.
His actual movies?
Yeah. So, I didn't see Beverly Hills Cop. I saw the third one. I never saw 1 and 2.
And I never saw a third one. I saw the first one.
Okay. So we started at 2 different points.
I saw the very first Beverly Hills, and I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
But it wasn't good enough for me to be like, I really care about the rest of them. You gotta think about it. I'm not that old at the time. You talk about a cop. Like, it was kind of funny, but it was also an adult movie. So,
yeah.
So it's just true. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and watch that. There was something better on for me. But I have seen it because my fams watched it, so I have seen it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's true. Beverly Hills. Because even now when I watch it, I only watch the first one.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, good. And I only really watched the first one because I'm pretty sure it's the first one where he gets tossed through the window.
Yes.
That's the best part. He gets.
Yo,
that's the best part. Someone violated him through the whole glass.
The reason why it's the best part is because one, goons toss him through a window, mad light work, and then he gets up like what the like ready to throw hands, obviously, because that's how anybody would feel. He didn't care that there were goons. He was ready to throw hands. And then the cops pull up and arrest him.
Yeah. He's like, yo, I am a cop.
Yeah, they did not care. They was like, yo, why you got a gun? Because I'm a cop. Nah. He gets to the police station and then he's like, yo, I was thrown through a window. I don't understand why I arrested. And the cop literally goes, nah, we got reports that you jumped through the window.
I jumped.
That's when I started dying. I said, yo, how did they... Racism was so much stronger in the 80s. They saw my man get thrown through the window and said, nah, he jumped through that shit. I said, what?
With the gun.
With the gun. Like, what's up? I'm out of here. Instead of going through the door, I'm going to jump through this window for no apparent reason.
Facts.
Bro.
What other ones would you think of?
So I saw that whole trilogy because I
Alright.
rewatched the third one because, again, folks, quarantine, got nothing to do. I saw his 48 Hours franchise. That one was different to me.
48 Hours franchise? What's that one?
So that one basically was he's not a cop in this one. He is actually a convict. And Nick Nolte is a cop. He's a white dude.
You're still talking Beverly Hills?
No. This is a different franchise. So
it's called 48 Hours?
48 Hours.
And it's Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
What?
Yes. So in the 80s, so you see how Kevin Hart now gets all these movie roles? Excuse me, folks. You see how Kevin Hart in like the 2000s gets all these movie roles back in now? Eddie Murphy basically was the blueprint of that for Kevin Hart to get a lot of these movie roles. Because Eddie Murphy got movie roles in the 80s like it was nobody's business. And it was right because he was hot at the time. He was one of the best things going. And he's a legend for that. But I will say this. 48 Hours is definitely, to me, overrated. It's not trash, but it's also a movie where you're like, so what was going on? Basically, he asked for this convict to help him get a guy who get a criminal. And they had it was basically one of those, the enemy of your enemy is my friend. And they go after this guy. But here was the crazy thing that I noticed. In anybody I think could agree with me watching this, any 80s cop movie, any 80s movie that involved cops, even the 90s, but more 80s, no bad guy ever got arrested. They all just got bodied. That was all that ever happened.
I can't really think of. I don't know if that's true. Like I would have to really think about it. I feel like but every 80s movies has a cop station scene though.
Yes, that is true.
So they do get arrested.
No, not the bad guy. Just random extras get arrested.
You're right.
Just niggas that walk in.
It's usually the person that's gonna help get to the bad guy.
Exactly.
And then the bad guy gets smoked.
Exactly.
Yo, you're right.
See, I noticed that. I was like, yo, in the 80s, it was a lot more raw than in the 2000s.
Because when they came in the room, it was like, yo, freeze!
Yep, and the guy tried to shoot back. That's it. That's what I noticed.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
That's why I was like, yo, you watch like Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop. And Beverly Hills Cop, you thought it was a nice-hearted cop. He's like, at the end of the movie, he bodied every person he fought. He had 3 movies, and he bodied 3 bosses. I was like, yo, son, what is going on here? Like, yo, this man literally bodied 3 bosses. And I'm saying that, folks, to say this to you. And this is one of the boldest statements I've ever had to tell people. I think Axel Foley is one of the top 5 best fictional cops ever made.
Who?
Axel Foley, that was his name in the movie.
Oh.
One of the top 5 best fictional cops, and I am going as far as to say that he was a better fictional cop than John McClane.
Who's John McClane?
Die Hard.
I gotta see this one.
I gotta watch it again.
I'm not crazy about Die Hards.
I'm willing to die on this hill, and nobody's.
I know that Die Hard has a crazy fan base.
Yes.
But I never even liked the first Die Hard that much. It was kind of stupid. My man was running around a building like with no shoes on top of that.
Well, there was reasons he got to that, but he mainly was a cop
I know. I've seen Die Hard. I've seen that. I know how it goes down.
I'm not explaining it. I'm just saying it to say like he did cop shit. Long story short.
Yeah. But the first one wasn't that. The first one wasn't that one that was just like, oh man, I want to see it again. I think it was like not until like the second or third one or something like that. That I was like, all right, this is not that bad.
The third one is the best to me because he was in his town this time where he's from.
Yeah.
And he actually had a more. He was creative on the fly, but this time he got help from somebody to solve riddles, which was a little more intriguing.
They were going a little hard though. There was one Die Hard where he drives a car through a tunnel and hits a helicopter and blows it up out.
That's the fourth one.
That one went crazy.
That crazy bad.
I know.
Oh, it's like yeah, I was like, don't tell me you thought that was.
Oh no! I didn't think that shit was fire, bro. My son drove a car. First off, I had never seen this in a movie like that, like the way he did it. Like the helicopter's attacking him. He drove a car through up a ramp and took the helicopter out. You understand what that means? He made the car fly into the air.
And it careened and hit the helicopter. I remember that scene.
Bro, that was some real reaching right there.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, action movie to the fullest.
Yeah, that whole movie was I think he swerved and hit the helicopter so he could hit another guy in the helicopter or something like that. And then he ran over. He didn't ran over. That's a bad choice of words. He rammed a woman with a Jeep and killed her that way because she was whooping his ass. So the only way he could beat her was he had to physically take a Jeep and ram it into her because she was literally beating him up. I was like, this movie.
Die Hard be going hard.
It was going too hard. But that's what the thing is. He don't really solve cases. He just beat people up. Yeah, that's it. I was like, he ain't really solving no cases. Now don't get me wrong, Axel Foley he solved cases, but he did it very recklessly too. So there were two reckless cops, but they just had different ways of being reckless. Like Axel Foley was just like, alright, I'm going to leave my jurisdiction to go to another jurisdiction in another state to go solve a crime. That's when you're kind of like, yeah, you can't do that. But he found a way to do that. Whereas John McClane technically did that in the first one. But by the third one, you're like, all right, at least he's in New York this time. And then every other Die Hard after that, you're just like, okay.
48, he's in Cali, right?
48, that's a very good question.
I feel like he goes from New York to Cali, or is it from Cali to
48,
New York?
They're definitely in another state, but it's not. Beverly Hills Cop is always in Cali.
Yeah, I know that.
But 48 Hours, I don't think it's in Cali. It's definitely in another state. But 48 Hours to me is overrated.
So those are the things you binged over the time where you were in quarantine?
Yeah, and then I found another Eddie Murphy movie, and this is when I realized...
So you only watched Eddie Murphy? I just want to understand, because that's some real quarantine psycho shit.
Yo, I sat there. First off, I have Paramount Plus, which is a pretty good streaming service.
Paramount Plus, wow. I was just talking to somebody about that. I was like, yo, if you have the basics, right? Hulu, Netflix. Well, the basics would be Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and then if you're pushing it, Disney Plus, right? If you have anything past those major four, then you getting it. Which is Paramount Plus, Showtime, HBO Max.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if you have all of those, if you run it all 8 apps, bro, you had.
Well, to be fair, HBO one.
Oh, and they got Peacock now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got them on Peacock. HBO Max, I don't pay for that because my parents got HBO, so I just be bumming.
Yeah, of course, bro. Ain't nobody got. We're in the era of trade, alright?
Yeah.
We trade.
Yeah.
Yo, you got this? I got this. Fast.
You got Netflix, I give you Hulu.
If your friends are not trying to do that with you, then you need some new friends, bro. You need some new friends, because they being selfish.
Yeah, man, honestly, bro, like, I wasn't trying to stream Eddie Murphy movies. It was just, at the time, I saw 48 Hours, and then I sat there and I was like, I feel like I got enough time to watch the second one. And then I realized I'm not going anywhere for several days. So I watched the second one. And then Beverly Hills Cop, I almost did the same thing, but then I started just watching, like, Cobra Kai came out, and then I watched the other stuff. But Beverly Hills Cop, all 3 movies was on HBO Max. 48 Hours, they were on Paramount Plus. And then they had another movie with Eddie Murphy in it called Best Defense. People, I need you to understand.
Best Defense?
Best Defense. This is one of the worst Eddie Murphy movies by default, but it's not his fault. This was truly a case of, I'm doing it for the bag. Because this was a movie about a white dude, which was played by the late, great Dudley Moore. He was an engineer, and he built a part, right? It got bad reviews.
3.8 out of 10, 3.2 out of 5. I don't know who, that's like half or 3.5, but that 3.8 out of 10.
That's low. That's so, yeah, I was gonna say, it's low. Long story short, he builds a part for a tank engine that could go, that basically made it like a smart tank in a sense. They were making smart tanks before smart anything was invented. And long story short, Eddie Murphy played a soldier who was in Kuwait testing out this smart tank, and it never worked until the end. Here's what's crazy about Eddie Murphy's part. Eddie Murphy played a guy that was like in this tank in the year 1984 when Dudley Moore was playing a guy building the part in 1982. So these 2 characters never met because they were in 2 different time years. And then on top of that, Eddie Murphy had literally nothing to do with the movie. And in the credits, they called him a strategic guest star. I've never heard those words used together in my life until I saw this movie. Strategic guest star. I looked it up and Google was even like, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, strategic guest star to me, if I had to sum it up in a hood sense, meant the bag. Getting the bag.
It means I need people to want to click on this or go to watch it, so we're throwing Eddie Murphy in there.
Throwing Eddie Murphy in here just cuz.
Yeah.
Just cuz.
Yeah.
And on the movie poster, it shows these 2 characters on there, but they never meet. They never meet. They never once meet. They never show up. They never shake hands.
I never heard of it.
Bro, that's when I knew I needed to be... I finished the movie, and the first thing I said when I finished the movie, I said I need to get tested negative. Because I'm watching bullshit now.
Yeah, that sounds like a very, very lonely quarantine.
Niggas walked in like, what are you watching, bro?
Nigga, you in 84, nigga?
It's 2022, man.
Come on, nigga, your TV 4K. Stop playing with it.
Shit not even remastered, my guy.
Come on. Yo, that shit probably looked like straight megapixels.
Yeah, they beefed it up as much as they could, but you're right, man. I did catch this nice little Jackie Chan picture where he was skateboarding.
It is cool. It is cool to watch those old movies. I love watching old movies all the way, especially the ones that I haven't seen. Where you're like, damn, like I didn't like, you know, I don't remember this one. Let me check it out. So that was always cool.
Yeah, that was always cool. But it definitely blew my mind. It was like my mind was working in a way where it was like, yo, did he really make a lot of just random ass pictures? But then again, Richard Pryor was in Superman 3 and he had nothing to do with the movie. So
Richard Pryor was in Superman 3?
Yeah.
Where? Wait, you're talking about the old Superman?
Yes, not the new Superman. No. Richard Pryor has passed away, so he's not in the new Superman.
I know that, okay. But I'll just say, you're talking about the way old Superman. Like,
yeah, Clark.
Where he was wearing the
yeah. So the 70s and 80s. That's
yeah. I mean, when you said Richard Pryor, I'm like, he got to be talking about the old ones. But for a second, I was like, let me make sure. Maybe they showed that nigga in the bagel scene. I just didn't notice.
Some Stanley shit?
Yeah, he's just there eating a bagel. And they're like, damn, Superman wildin'.
He has a random cameo. I don't remember fully. But I do remember that I was like, yo, these guys was getting the bag. It was just getting the bag. And you got to respect them for it, because I would do it too. But it was just so funny, because it was like they both had nothing to do with the pictures that they were in. They've made a lot of movies, and some of them are good, but that was like, woof. But, like I said, folks, I'm willing to die on that hill. Axel Foley is a better cop than John McClane. People are going to definitely disagree with me, but I am willing to die on that hill. I don't care. I don't care. Beverly Hills Cop series was better than Die Hard series, and Axel Foley is a better cop than John McClane. I said it. It's there.
Hi. I believe, Doc.
I believe. My finally, man, this is a story that I read, and I thought you would get a kick out of this because, bro, it made me think like, yo, only me and you can laugh at this type of stupid stuff. I also wish A-Sean was here because he would find this story funny too. But there was a case that they finally solved. It was a 5-year-old case that they needed time to solve, but they finally solved it. And this was the weirdest case, one of the weirdest cases that happened in California. And they just, I think within the past 2 days, they just finally solved it.
A case about what? Somebody getting murdered?
Actually, it was quite the opposite, my friend. And that's what makes it even funnier. So it was,
disappeared and came back?
No, it was 2 cops who actually didn't do their job right. There was a robbery in California, and there we go. So there were 2 LAPD officers. So there was a robbery that happened on April 15, 2017, basically almost 5 years from now.
Yeah.
There was a Macy's at Crenshaw Mall that happened. Calls were being called out to police, and they were waiting for somebody to respond, and nobody responded except a homicide crime unit, but they couldn't do it. So they found out that the 2 cops who were supposed to be there decided to ignore the call at first and then responded with a simple no. So they failed to respond to the robbery call, and they concealed the fact that they were nowhere near the scene of the crime. It turns out that they got a recording of the call, and it turns out in the recording, one officer by the name of Officer Mitchell alerted another officer that the name of Officer Lozano had told him if he comes to 46 and Lamert Avenue, they will find a Snorlax on their Pokemon Go. They decided to dead their job to go play Pokemon Go.
Wow. So wait, so did they solve the case? Is that why it came back up? Or they just was like, well, under investigation, we found out that these niggas was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so
it has nothing to do with the shit that got robbed.
Yeah.
They just trying to shit on these 2 cops. Yo. My 2 sons is in the whip like, yo, if we leave now, we not gonna make it.
And that's what makes it funny, because they said that when they heard the call, I guess at first it sounded like they were trying to get to the robbery, but then when they got a chance to really play the whole thing, it was like they ain't responded to that call. They responded to the Pokemon.
Yo. That's crazy.
And this was during the height of Pokemon Go, so that's what made it worse. Because remember,
where was that article? IGN.
Yeah. Good shout out to IGN.
Yeah.
But this was during the height of Pokemon. Remember, people were getting hurt, falling off of cliffs, walking into traffic just to catch a Pokemon. But this, by far, to me, is one of the funniest, because there's people that were literally like probably pressing that silent alarm, like, yo, where the fuck they at? The fuck? And the robbery's like, yo, they not coming, fam. Just give me the money. Let's go. It was at a Macy's, which is worse.
Macy's is expensive, bro.
Yeah. So I saw why they got robbed. JCPenney be like, nah, you're wild.
I went to Macy's the other day, right? Little side note. I went to Macy's the other day, and my boy was like, yo, get these G-Star cargos, right? G-Star jeans. They're a company. He's like, they're mad comfortable. You've been talking about them or whatever. So I'm in Macy's, like, trying to buy some jeans or whatever. And I see G-Star, I'm like, let me check this shit out. And I've heard of G-Star many times. I didn't own any of their stuff. I own their stuff now, but I got like a pair, but not from Macy's. I got it a whole nother way. But anyway, I go and pick up a pair of cargo jeans. That shit was $140, nigga. I said, yo, who's coming into Macy's and buy $140 jeans, my nigga?
You'd be surprised.
Yo, I couldn't believe. I'm like, bro. I'm like, damn, man. This is how I know I don't get fresh.
Yeah. And we got a Macy's in our neighborhood. I barely ever go there. I'll tell you that right now.
I would never go there.
Yeah.
That's when they put Saks off 5th.
Yeah.
I went in there one time, and the only reason I went in there was because I wanted a Ferragamo belt. So I went in there to look. They didn't have it, and I walked around a little bit. I'm like, ain't nobody coming in this fucking store. I said, yo, who approved this?
Yeah. And look what happened to him now. Closed down.
I was like, yo, they closed down the biggest, nicest Barnes and Nobles.
Yep.
To put this bum ass Saks off 5th.
Yep. Closed down for good.
I went in Barnes and Nobles more than I went in Saks and Fifth.
That's a fact.
And I didn't even only go there for books. There was a Starbucks in there.
Yep.
Like
Cats was in there absorbing that Wi-Fi.
Right. There was a Starbucks in there. You feel me?
Yep.
But there was a couple of times that I did go in there and I went to get Starbucks and it made me walk around and look at some books and then like 30 minutes pass, I'm just there chilling. Like, damn, I'm still in here. I said, I'm telling this Barnes and Noble, I gotta go.
I'm just here.
But there used to be mad people there. I remember always thinking like, yo, you know, there would be people sitting on the floor, bro, in the aisles just reading a book. Like, why the fuck did they close it? But it's because nobody buys books like that. Everybody does a lot of e-reading and stuff. The only people who really buy books are people who are studying in school. And maybe somebody buying for their kids. But that's not enough to keep a store open, I feel. Like, if it's a small store, maybe. But that Barnes & Nobles was huge.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? And it's true. Like, most people nowadays, they do everything online. Like, even they did a survey. I forgot the thing, but I was reading somewhere they did a survey. It was like, where they were asking poll, where do you buy your stuff? Where would you rather buy your stuff, online or in store? And almost everyone picked online. Everyone was going online because it's true, bro.
Yeah,
the world's changed.
Yep.
Nowadays, you know, the only thing, there's certain things you don't want to buy online, and the reason why is because, let's say it doesn't fit, you got to return. But everyone pretty much has that shit down packed now. They're like, oh, this is my size. And that's something that back in the day, you did, you know, you go to the fitting room. Now you just fucking order it, try it on, the shit don't fit, hit them up, send it back. They said sometimes you get lucky, you get your money back and the shit back. like, you be like, yeah, this shit worked out. They send you the right size and someone someone blessed you, fucked it up.
Yep. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's why I was like, yo, it's the world evolves every day.
Facts. That's just like the new shit. Our new shit.
Yep. It's just like marrieds. Yeah. Well, speaking of evolving, we're going to take some time and evolve into our final segment of the night, which is the sleeper picks of the week. That's where we take time to just, you know, basically put people on to stuff that nobody else knows about. Or if they know about it, it's just not heavily involved yet. Like, people ain't messing with it. And y'all need to start messing with it. So that's our job. We're gonna try to put y'all on to that, man. And you got anything this week?
Come back to me. I think I already used the game. Did I ever tell you guys about Detroit Be Human? Detroit Be Human?
I don't think so. But
no?
you go ahead.
It's a decision making game?
You probably did.
Did I use it as a sleeper pick?
Like, you finally got, I think after being in quarantine, you finally got me realizing we've done a lot of episodes. So a lot of times our sleepers will be forgotten. So
yeah. I think it's Detroit Be Human. I don't think I talked about it.
Bring it up again. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's a PlayStation only game, so that really hurt my feelings because I'm rocking an Xbox right now. But luckily, I saw it streaming on a Twitch. Some shout out to, you know, all the streamers out there. I randomly was looking through some stream and someone I can't remember who it was, but someone put me on and told me to watch this guy. I was like, all right, cool. He's playing this game called Detroit Be Human, right? That's literally, I think that's what it's called. And it's about androids, and it's a decision making game. So you're a cop android. Yeah, Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human.
Yep.
So it's three androids. One's a cop. One's a servant. No, two of them are servants. One was this lady with a girl. One was a servant for an artist, and one's a cop. One of them is a cop. And there's like 83 different endings to this game. It's a decision-making game, so everything is like someone's talking, like, would you like to say this, or this? And then depending on how you say it, you know, it goes on. It is a very good graphic game. It's just like a good game all around to me. You know, I don't know how I didn't see this game prior. I just found out about it. It's been out for a while. It's like $20 in the store.
Yeah, it has been out for a while, so it's $20. That's a value for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like $20 in the store, and I think if you have the plus, it's like $11.99. So it's a really good game, and if you have 4K and stuff, I believe it's a PlayStation 4 game. So it's been, like I said, it's been out for a while, but it's a great game. The action scenes are great, the cut scenes are great, and you just play the game, and when after you get through a chapter, it shows you a chart, and in the chart is a web chart, so it's going like this, and it shows like where you made a decision and which way it went. So you're like, damn. So if I would have pressed that, it would have went this way, but it doesn't tell you what would have happened. It has like a lock there, like, oh, you made this decision. So you could go back and replay the game, but they encourage you, like, there's like a little helper. They encourage you to play through the whole game completely and make all your decisions and then run the game back and then make different decisions so you can see the difference in the game. But like, for me, for instance, I remember watching the streamer and he was trying to keep Connor, that's his name, Connor, the cop, the android cop, alive. And in the first fucking chapter of the game, bro, I was helping against like a hostage situation and I killed Connor. That shit was dumb funny. Smoked him by accident. Made a decision. My man saved the person, the hostage, but got smoked in the process. Right? Come back around. They bring me back. The game even acknowledges that the old Connor died. So now a new android comes, your partner is there, like, oh, yo, bro, mad crazy shit. End up pushing someone to the limit, get smoked again. I'm like, damn, on my third android. And the game is continuing the story, like, yo, another one? And if you had not smoked them, if you made the right decisions, the storyline would have been different. So that's what makes the game so interesting. It's a very good graphically developed game, great storyline, great everything. I think it's good. I think it's a sleeper pick. I think it's been a sleeper pick, and a lot of people, it's just one of those things that just fell like under the crack. Nobody paid attention to it like that. Like, I didn't hear no real hype about it. But Detroit Become Human, that's what it's called. Check it out. PlayStation exclusive. That's the only thing. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, be like that sometimes. We're gonna keep it in the PlayStation exclusive family. I'm gonna say do not sleep on the game Deathloop. By now it's probably pretty popular. It's been Deathloop? Deathloop. Loop.
Deathloop.
Yeah. By now it's pretty popular. Nominated for a Game of the Year award, stuff like that. But I actually got the game. It was on sale, and when I finished playing Guardians of the Galaxy, I immediately started playing it. Really good game, really fun. Definitely a bit of a mind fuck, but it's definitely a good game. Fun time, first person shooter. You get powers, so it's like BioShock on acid, and BioShock was already a mind fuck as it was. Yeah. So it's really fun. I suggest you guys just play that, man. Basically, long story short, this guy gets caught in a literal time loop where he's just stuck in the same day, kind of some Groundhog's Day vibes. But the difference is he picks up things along the way. But the crazy thing is, in any board that you play during any part of the day, if you die, they do it kind of like a video game. You get 3 lives. If you die in those 3 lives, the day starts over from the beginning. So you could be at night figuring stuff out, and you die 3 times, you have to start the whole game over. The only thing that's cool is you get to keep certain things along the way. So if you got like a fire gun, you get to find a way to keep that gun. You can keep that gun, and then you start the day over with this gun. So now this gun that you were like bodying mad people with, you still keep that gun. So it's a pretty interesting game. Yeah. I'm halfway through it, but yeah, suggest if you got a PlayStation 5, unfortunately, you get that, but it's a pretty fun game. So this has been a very interesting episode, folks.
Talking about COVID the whole time.
Talking about COVID. But part of the reason was because COVID's here. It's a part of, sadly, it's a part of our lives right now. But one thing that's also a part of our lives, because it's me and Ant and we live in New York, is the introduction of mobile betting. We can bet now in New York, courtesy of DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, whatever you got as mobile betting is now legal in New York. It has been a long time coming, and it's only been 3 days because it started on Saturday morning, and we went from very excited to shit, I need to watch my wallet. So,
yeah, bro, it's a lot of people in New York are about to lose money. It's already happened for me. You know, I got some wins, and then those wins turned into losses real fast. Yeah. But yeah, it is crazy, man. I texted Marv and told him straight up, like, yo, I think they should take this away.
Like, God give it, God take it away. Like, we was hype on Saturday morning. By Monday evening, we were like, no more, please.
All the hood dudes that think they know basketball, they gonna find out real fast. And they don't know nothing about basketball.
Don't know nothing. You think somebody gonna get a double-double? That man gonna get a triple-single.
Triple-single?
Triple-single, like my man Charles Barkley said.
Nah, they gonna pull the Draymond Green. I'm out of here.
Yeah. So, there was a bet that Draymond Green would get a certain amount in the game, certain amount of points, assists, and all that. Somebody got lucky and bet under, and he came in for a few seconds and then sat down for the rest of the game. And because of that, whoever did that got money, and kudos to them. But anybody else who put over was like, wah, flipping tables in their crib. But yeah, so we were able to talk about a lot, but in our minds we were like, as you can see, we were like, yo, let's get back to this betting. So with that being said, we are going to close out the show. But catch us next week again. 1 year anniversary, Our 1 year anniversary of Nerds in the Hood coming soon next Monday. And the best way that we are going to do that, because I got the confirmation, Young Dev, the 4th member of Nerds in the Hood, the honorary member of Nerds in the Hood, will be joining us for the celebration because him and Ant have a score to settle. It is the trilogy that we've pushed back because we were supposed to do it last month, but, you know, COVID is a dangerous person, or virus. So, because of that, we're going to do our round 3 of the Bandwagon Bowl between Ant McGee and Young Dev. They're going to battle it out. Me and Ashawn again are going to hit them with questions. We will be live on Instagram. We will be live on Twitch. We're going to record this for YouTube. It's going down, our 1 year anniversary. We will have some laughs. We will have some drinks. We're going to have some fun. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on all social media at Nerds in the Hood. That's NERDZINTHEHOOD. Follow us there and make sure you check us out. We are going to be having some fun time. One thing that I can say we will be doing to honor our 1 year is one of the biggest things we've done as part of our movement of Nerds in the Hood is that we made a video collection series called If Anime Used Rap Songs as Opening Themes. We have done 30 of them. I didn't think we'd get that far, but we've done 30 of them as of this episode. And we're going to do a little fun tournament just involving 6 of them, because we're going to use the 6 most viewed ones and put them together to see which will be crowned the best of year 1. That's what we're going to do. We're going to just use the 6 most viewed ones because there are 6 that have over 1,000 views on Instagram, so we're going to go with those. So be prepared for that, folks. If you follow us on Instagram,
I personally feel like there's some that are better than the ones that are the top 6, so we'll definitely talk about that.
Oh, we got to plan for those other ones. Don't you worry, my friend. For now, the 6 most viewed. But later sometime this year, we're going to do all the other 24 or more, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have more than 30 by the time we reach the time we're going to use those other ones, okay?
Yep. I just looked at my bets, lost for the day, so yep, there goes that.
All right.
Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York. So with that, it's your boy Marv Black,
Ant McGee,
and we are going to recuperate from our betting losses.
I thought you were about to say, and we are out of here.
We are out of here, though, because we're the Nerds in the Hood. And we'll catch you next week, folks.
This is
1
real
year.
Pain.
Real pain.
Yeah, but yeah. We're not sports analysts.
We're not sports analysts. We're just crazy bettors. But
bro, I tell you, man. Woo!
Have a good night, folks. Peace out.
Later.